Okay, so our next problem, or our next example, example 2, is only slightly more complicated, where we have our function on the left-hand side, and we want to see when the output of this function is equal to 24. Now, you could try to go up and count and do all that stuff, but a much simpler way to handle it is just by adjusting first. So what we can do is say, we'll take the x squared plus 3x minus 4 equals 24. And then again, the easiest thing for us, especially when you learn the other way to use your calculator to solve this, is to have, we always want, just like when we factor, when we do anything, we always want a 0. That's a 0, not an O. Sorry, my handwriting sucks. We want a 0 on the right-hand side of the equation. So to get a 0 on that side, the way we would do that is by subtracting 24. And we can subtract 24 from here too, or from the left-hand side. And then those constants will combine. So negative 4 minus 24, that's going to be x squared plus 3x minus 28 equals 24 minus 24 is 0. And this is just like the equations we saw before, where we just had to look and see when is the value of the function going to be 0. So when is it going to hit the x-axis? So it just occurred to me that I may not have actually talked about the steps of graphing it. So what I want you to do is take a look at what it looks like being graphed. So we, of course, hit the y equals button and then type in our function, which is our modified function is x squared plus 3x plus or minus 28, and hit the graph key. And this is a very ugly graph, and I apologize for how much my computer froze up. But you can see it's starting to graph coming from the left-hand side, swoops down. It's going to swoop down under, pretty much under your desk, and then come back up. And visually, of course, you can take a look and see where our zeros were. Actually, let me stop this and go back there for a moment. You can stop and take a look and see that the zeros of the function are going to be right here and here. And this first one is x is equal to negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then another one is equal to positive, since it's on the right-hand side of the y-axis, 1, 2, 3, 4. So x equals 4. And again, we could write that in brackets, so negative 7, comma 4. The other thing we're going to do is take a look at the table. So to go to the table, of course, you're going to press the second key and then the graph key again. And then you'll be able to see, again, sorry, this is so sketchy looking. It was very hard to make this happen. So what you want to do is just use your up and down keys to scroll in the tables to verify that that works. So when x was negative 7, you can see that the output was, of course, 0. And then if we scroll down the other way to where an x was, I think, positive 4. Let's see, hope this works. Nope. Oh, yeah, it's going to keep going. Yeah, it's going to be there. It's coming. Oh, yep. I passed it. Oh, no, I didn't pass it. It's here. Somewhere in the darkness. Okay. So, that was awful. Okay, here it is. So when x is equal to positive 4, again, we can see our 0 right there. and that just verifies our two solutions. You won't always be able to see that. The only way you'll be able to see it is if the 0 happens when x is an integer. So like 1, 2, -1, -2, things like that. If it's any kind of fraction or anything, it's going to be a little bit trickier to find. So we'll show you how to do that next.